Hey guys, it's Drea. Today I have my Project Pan update video for you. So let's just hop right into it. I have 4 things that are coming out, and then I'll show you the usage on everything, and then I'll show you the 4 things I'm bringing in. I just came from the hairdressers. This is my new hair. This is closer to really what I wanted when I went brunette, which was brunette but still like a lot of lightness to it. I also tried to do something very different on my eyes, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, so these are the 4 things that are used up. Now, as you know, if you've been following this Project Pan, one of the things that I do is I use a highlighter every month, and I don't have a goal for it. Like I'm not trying to hit pan every month. I'm just trying to get more usage out of things I enjoy. So this was my highlighter this month. This is the Cheek Leaders Mini Bronze Squad from Benefit. And the highlighter in here is the shade Cookie. I did use this a ton this month. I love it. I love this highlighter. And this doesn't mean it's getting put away forever, just because it's coming out of this Project Pan, you know, as my highlighter of the month. But I think you can see there's quite a bit of usage in the middle there. You see that shadow? Like there's a little dip happening in there. I really, really love this highlighter. I've heard that they will be bringing out a single at some point. It's super intense, but it's very smooth when it goes on. So I enjoyed that a lot this month, but I'm gonna bring in a new one. Now these 3 things I actually used up out of my project. So the first thing that I fully used up is this. This is my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, my eyebrow pencil. This is in the shade Brunette. I really like this pencil. I think it's a great drugstore option. It's a little bit higher end of the drugstore in terms of price, so I would get it when it's on sale. There's the 2 lines on there. You can see the top line is where we started in this project, so it's measured from there, from like there, because I'm lazy and I don't like to keep those pieces of paper with the lines on them. And then this was the first update, and now we are used up. I was using this as much as I could this month. I definitely like it. I've used these up before. It's not my favorite eyebrow pencil in the world, just because I think it's slightly too intense in the front of the eyebrow. Because this is a little dark, I always feel like it's a little bit much in the front of my eyebrow, but I did use it up anyway. And the spoolie on this is really good. Next, I finally used up my Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's so rare that I use up foundations, but I am very proud of this. So it took me 1, 2, 3, 4 months to use this up. You can see the top line is where I started, and then here down to here is this month's use. I was determined this month to use it because you can see these last 2 were kind of like in the middle. So I was really determined to use this up, and I used obviously a ton of it this month to meet my goal. And then I also used this up. This is the Om Organics Tantra Sensuous Body Mist. It smells like patchouli. I really like it. This is where we started. This is the first update, and it's done. I like it, but for a body mist, it's like oily. So if I would spray it, it would almost have bubbles like dish soap almost. And I did not like that at all about it, but I did end up using it up. I wouldn't purchase that again. Okay, so here's all the stuff that I can give you updates on. I have another foundation in this project, and it's this one. It's the Covergirl Vitalist Elixr foundation. This is the foundation I'm wearing today. I love this. I feel like it gives such a glowy but natural finish. Still pretty full coverage, and it has a nice feel to it too. So it's not drying on the skin. It feels nourishing. I've heard though that this has been discontinued, and I am super sad about that because I really love this foundation. Mine is in the shade 610. Here's where we started. This was the first month of use. The second month of use was not as much, and then as you can see, this is how much more we have to go. So this was the last month, this much here. I marked this last night. This is actually really tough to see how much is in it because it really sticks to the sides, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. And I just wasn't using this as much this month because I was using this one a lot more. So I know, like, I'm not gone back to work yet, and when I do go back to work, I won't be able to use any of my dewier foundations, so I'm really trying to use them all now, especially when I film. I know I don't need to wear makeup for 13 hours a day, so I'm really trying my best to use and use up anything that's super dewy that I know I can't wear to work. So this is one of those. I really want to get this done before I go back to work, which is another 2 weeks from today. Okay, so this here is my MAC Fix Plus Matte. This is where we started. This was the first update. This is the last update. This is not done. This is not empty. This is empty. It's not empty because the sprayer stopped working. Yeah. It's like locked, like I can't get it unlocked from the locked position. And even when I had it in the unlocked position, this wouldn't press down. So I had to transfer it, and luckily I had an empty bottle from my regular Fix Plus. So this is still the matte stuff. You can see it's milky and you shake it up. So this line is the last updates line. So if you can tell, we actually started like way up, on this side, way up here. And now we're way down here. But yeah, I had to do it that way just to be able to finish it, because otherwise I would not be able to finish it. So this is the last month's use. Normally I was getting quite a bit more than that, but again, not at work, don't need more mattifying things, so I haven't been using this. I've been using my regular Fix Plus on my face a lot. So not a lot of use here, but that's okay, because I know as soon as I go back to work, this will go very quick. This I put in here last month, and there's no way to measure this. This is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. It's only been in here for 1 month. I do want to finish it completely. You can't really see the usage in here. There definitely is some. Once you hit pan on these, they go really fast. So I don't know how long it'll take for me to hit pan, but once I do, I know it'll be really quick. And then next for usage is this. This is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum. I've been trying to use this religiously twice a week. I was only using 1 pump, and I've told you guys before, 1 pump is enough, and I feel like if I use more than that, I almost feel like a burning sensation. So what I tried to do this last time is still use 1 pump on my face, but then use like half a pump on my neck as well. And I think that is going pretty well, because you can see this is a pretty decent amount of usage here. Like, this is gonna be in this project for a long time. I predict another at least 5 months of use out of this, because you just can't use it that much. But I'm glad at least that I'm focusing on it, because if it wasn't in this project, it wouldn't be getting much use at all. It would probably be like way up here, because I was forgetting to use it. So I'm glad at least now, like, it's in the front of my mind and I'm getting to use it. Okay, last 2 things to update you on are my 2 single eyeshadows that I've been focusing on. And I'm gonna have to not be lazy and go back and get like a picture from my last video so you can see the difference, because otherwise I'll just like be totally lazy about it. But this one I'm trying to use up completely. This is MAC just MAC Brulee, and this is what I use to set my eyeshadow primer with pretty much every day. So the progress in that is going really, really well. And last month I switched out my Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie shade, which I had hit pan on but not used up. The only goal was to hit pan on it, and I put in this one, which is ColourPop Issues. And you can see it's nowhere near hitting pan time at all on that one, but there is definitely usage on it. It's starting to look like it's been used, which is good. So I took 4 things out, and now I am bringing 4 things in. The first one is going to be my highlighter of the month. This is Jouer Topaz. I actually pulled this in my last Shop My Stash, and I just realized how much I love it. I'm always reminded every year that this is like one of my favorite summertime highlighters, because this is what I'm wearing and you can see just how intensely glowing it is. But not only is it like, these are studio lights, there is some sunlight in here, but they're mostly studio lights. Outside in the sunlight, this glows so golden and so gorgeously that's why it's my favorite in the summertime. So we are now in June. I figured this is what I want to focus on. And it's funny because I actually realized today, just dipping my brush in it, there is quite a bit of usage in the middle of this pan. I don't think it's near like hitting pan or anything, but there's quite a bit of usage in the middle of there. All All right, next I wanted to bring this in. This is from e.l.f. This is the under eye setting powder. I just really want to use it up. And I did mark it there, that little black line right there, you can see lying on its side. That's where the usage is. So there's not a ton in here. I just want to get it out of my collection because I have lots of powders, have lots of under eye setting powders. I want to, you guys get ready. Look at this. Look at how little is in here. Oh, you can't see that way, but like, look at this. This has been in my purse. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Prismatic Peach. I don't use up lip products, but I freaking love this thing. You can tell it's so hard to mark because yeah, it's been on its side. It's been on its side, so I tried to mark it. But really, like, once we get going with this, those marks might mean nothing. Eventually I will take out the stopper on this. I'm just gonna leave it in my purse though, because that's where it's been getting used up. So I might as well just keep it in there is my thought process. And then the last thing, so it's weird because last month, I think I used up a certain amount of products and I think I didn't bring in enough because when I was counting today, I was like, there's only 9 things. What's the 10th thing? And I went back and I watched last month's video. There was no other thing. So I think I didn't bring in enough last month. Either that or there's some mystery product that I'm missing that I don't know about. So I hope that I'm doing the right thing here. But anyway, I was thinking about, okay, what else do I want to bring in? There's a few things that I have kind of in the back of my mind. Maybe I'll bring in this concealer, maybe I'll bring in this primer eventually. But I didn't really feel called to any of those things. What I felt called to do this time was grab one of my eyeshadow palettes that has not seen very much use, and instead of making any goal to use it up or hit pan on anything, my goal for this is to use it 5 times this month because this palette has not seen nearly enough use and I really need to use it. This is the Flamingo palette by Voss. I put a little sticky note on it and I marked 1 use on it because this is the one I'm wearing today. And I feel like that will get me at least on my way to trying most of the shades in here and actually being able to review this, because I've actually had this palette come up like in a Hauled It, How Was It? And I feel like I couldn't even really talk about it. Like I didn't really know what to say about this palette. I couldn't review it fully because I had only used a couple shades and only used it a couple times. So this way, at least with a goal of using it 5 times, I feel like I can fully review this. I can speak to it. I can talk about it. I can let you know if it's worth it or whatever. And also then I feel like it's getting enough use in my collection. So I did pull this in already to my Shop My Stash. But even sometimes, I don't know if any of you shop your stash, but even sometimes when I shop my stash and I put palettes in this drawer or whatever, sometimes I only use them 1 time because if I'm favoring another palette, I might only be reaching for other things. And even though it's sitting here and I'm technically shopped my stash for it, I might only use it 1 time and that's not really enough. So I like this. I like this goal. I might keep doing that with an eyeshadow palette every month. Let me know what you think about that, because that way I can review it in the next update on the next month, and that way I'm also still rotating through my collection, which I really enjoy about this rolling Project Pan series, and I feel like you guys have been enjoying about this. It's not just the same products every single month. You know, there's a lot more variety, and I really have been liking that a lot. Wow, okay, this lip gloss moved really quickly around. Look at that. I figured, you know, sometimes when you tip things over, it takes them hours to flow down. Well, look at that lip gloss. It just went like all the way down. So now I can mark it properly, so I will do that. So that's it for my Project Pan update. If you're new here and you've gotten this far, definitely consider subscribing because I do these updates every month and we're always rotating in and out new things. And that's it for today. I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope that you're speaking to yourself kindly, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.